All right, we are live. Just give me 1 second. Let me go ahead and pull up the video. Give me 1 segundo, people. 1 minute's on. Let me just make sure that I can see what I need to see. Skipping the ad. Okay. Hey, Isabel, how you doing, my beautiful friend? So, let me see. How does this? I gotta push it out just a little bit. Hopefully, not too much. Let's see how this quality is because if the quality is not good, then I'm gonna switch the screen for the other screen. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Isabel, I'm gonna start this video over because I don't like how choppy it looks. I'm gonna try the other stream that they're recommending right now, which is I think it's the other. I don't know. You know what? No, forget it. I'm gonna leave it because I don't know how the other one's gonna work out. So I gotta test run that first before I even go there. Um, but hopefully the quality of the video will be good to go. I got all the lights on in my house, in my room, so hopefully it's bright enough. So this is kind of like impromptu. As you guys know, Sasson today is Saturday and he won't be here. He's working right now. He's working late till late tonight. So I figured I just received this little machine that I purchased a couple days ago, and I got it really quick. I found it on eBay. I paid $16 for it. It's called the Lil Sew and Sew. And pretty much it's just like it looks like on this box, as you guys can see by my hands. It's really, 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 really tiny. But I think it will be perfect for what I needed, which is, well, the box itself is not even 9 inches, you guys. So you can just imagine how big the machine itself is. So I'm just gonna allow just a few more minutes. We're gonna be unboxing this, and I pulled one of my bags of scraps so that I can kind of see. I have different materials there, like papers, some fabrics, like fabric tags and stuff like that. I got some chipboards, I got plastic. So I got a few different things. I also went ahead and pulled out some dictionary paper. So we're gonna be playing around with this a little bit, just to kind of kill some time and hang out for a few before I go on my next live stream, which is gonna be at 7. So I'm gonna try to hang out with you guys for a little while today. That's why I'm not really rushing the unveiling. But if you are watching this video afterwards, feel free to fast forward to the part where I actually open this baby up and start getting it ready. So this was super inexpensive. Like I said, I only paid, I think it was like 16 bucks. Let me go ahead and just verify that on my eBay real quick, if I can find it. Where is it? Right here. I'll tell you guys right now how much I paid. This came from, the order itself was processed through Amazon, but I purchased this on eBay. And let me just look at my purchases real quick. And I paid $16.12, you guys, for this little machine. The reviews that I read about it from buying it on eBay. And it begins. Off to the races. The reviews that I saw, a lot of people pretty much loved it. So they said that it was really, really powerful for being such a small machine. Hey, Donna. So you guys know that I like doing my lap books. I like doing things like that. And I think that the more that I dive into the whole lap booking, world, the whole working with papers and making books and stuff like that, definitely something like a sewing machine is something that can save you a lot of time because you don't have to glue all those things down and plus wait for them to glue. Plus, you don't have to sew things down by hand, so I don't have to sew my signatures down. I don't have to glue my signatures down. I can just sew them. And I struggle with that sometimes when it comes to making books. It's like basically the whole signature part. Sometimes you put them in and everything looks good, but when you go opening and flipping pages, sometimes it's a little stiff, sometimes it's a little loose. It's always some kind of a glitch, some kind of a problem. Hey, Karina. So I hope that I won't bore you guys too much with this because, again, I will be going live today at 7. When I go live today at 7, we're going to be working on a canvas, my last canvas. And I thought What a way to use up the last canvas, but you know, to paint, to do some actual painting on it, to paint the face, to draw a face, paint it, and do some, you know, some mixed media work like I tend to do. I haven't done one of those in quite some time, so we're gonna be doing that later on tonight. So if you feel that you can, you know, sit here that long, if your buns get tired, I don't have a problem with you getting up, going out, and coming back later. If you're just here for the machine itself, that's awesome. If this is not your cup of tea because you don't ever plan to do anything like this and you don't care about a little sewing machine that's inexpensive, then join me at 7. A little bit of everything. So this is how it comes in. And one thing I will say that I didn't like about the packaging was that it's shipped like this. They didn't tape it down. It was open. Like I literally just popped the top off as soon as it got here. I mean, luckily everything was in there. Nothing seemed to be like smashed or broken, but it came like this. They don't wrap it up. They don't wrap up the box. They don't do any of that. They don't even put tape on it, you guys. For $16, they're like, no, put your own damn tape. I'm not putting no tape on this box for you. So this is how it comes packaged with everything inside. We're gonna go through that in a second. Tell you a little bit about the features. It says it's got high and low speed selectors. It's got an auto bobbin winder. It has a foot pedal, but you can also kind of put it on automatic. It also has 2-thread locks. It does a 2-thread lock stitch, which I have no idea what that is, but I guess we'll figure that out. I've sewn before. My mom, you know, the ladies in my family, like I mentioned before, they were all like, they either worked in factories or stuff like that. They did a lot of sewing of like jeans and all different kinds of like sheets and curtains and stuff like that. And I grew up watching my mom make all different types of things in the house with her own sewing machine because it's something that she actually enjoyed. She was very versatile, very creative with, you know, all of her sewed, you know, projects. So it's something that I kind of dabbled with, but obviously I was too young to even know, you know, what the terminology for a lot of the stuff was. So I still don't. So we're gonna figure it out as we go. I'm sure I'll learn a lot from using this. It's been a long time. I mean, a long, long time since I've actually played with a sewing machine of any size. So this is gonna be interesting and fun, hopefully. So back to this box. So it's got a drop-in bobbin. Okay, it says it sews many types of fabrics and it's easy to use and it has a magnetic bobbin system. Okay, and again, this is what it looks like. Hopefully you guys catch a good view of that. And it says, let's see, it also, you can also put in 4 AA batteries. So let's say if you're camping and you don't have electricity, you can still take something like this with you, and just make sure that you take some batteries so you can use it on the go. Although I don't really picture myself sewing in the middle of the woods, but who knows? You never know. Maybe you get yourself a little bit of, you know, I don't know, something that needs sewing. So let's see. And it also has a DC 6-volt power adapter. It also comes with these, and this is a lot for $16, you guys. Like, I think it's a lot for $16. We'll see how it sews in a minute. It has 4 bobbins, 1 foot pedal, 1 power adapter, 1 replacement needle, and 1 needle threader. Okay, so it comes with all that. So basically, you get 2 needles, you get 4 bobbins, right? You get 4 bobbins, 2 needles, and then you get the needle threader. So it comes like this, stacked in foam, and the, you know, the packaging foam, styrofoam. This is the power adapter. I already took it apart just to make sure because when I saw the box open, I was like, yo, let's make sure that everything's inside. So I took it apart and turned it on to make sure that it does turn on because, you know, they sent me the box open. What else am I missing? Okay. Here's the little foot pedal. Let me just take this off. Look how teeny tiny, my God, you guys. Look at my hands. And look how teeny tiny. Let's see. I know we're kind of like at an angle here. I'm hoping you guys are able to catch it. Wow. There we go. Let's see. Who else is in the room? Did I miss anybody? No, I didn't. Oh, I got it off of eBay. I got it off of eBay, you guys. I'm gonna show you real quick. Let me open up my screen on my phone. Okay, so I got it off of eBay. $16. They seem to still have more. Oh, zero available. So they sold out, but you might be able to get it from another seller. This is not something new or something that's going away anytime soon. So this seller is sold out, but they might have more coming in. And again, there's other ones. So if you look up like portable little sewing machine, then you'll be able to find them. I wouldn't pay more than $20 for it. I mean, but that's just me. But we'll see. So let me put that over there. So it comes like that. This is the foam. Let me put this in the box. It also comes with a manual to comes with a manual. Let me put all these little baggies in the box. I am gonna be saving the boxes. I plan to keep it there for a while until I can find like a place that I can kind of like keep it stationary. But I like it because it's small enough that I can just pick it up, bring it to my desk, and be like, okay, let me do some paper crafting and let me go ahead and sew some papers. Or if I feel like doing any kind of sewing at any point in time, I can go ahead and do so. So this is how it is. And I'm sorry I don't have a side view where you guys can see it a little bit better. Let's see, I have one, but it's not the same as that. I can't get it to thread. I can't get it threaded. Have you looked up YouTube videos on how to do it? The brand is called Lil Sew and Sew. Just like it has in my title of my video, that's the name of it. It's called Lil Sew and Sew. It's even branded on the machine itself. And the maker is by Michelley. Michelley. That's the maker. So if you look up Lil Sew and Sew and then you put Michelley, it should come up with the same machine. Now they have other ones. This is not like, they didn't just come up with this little toy thing and say, okay, you guys, that's it, let's hang up the shoes. No, they have other versions. I'm sure they have more expensive ones. But this is the small one, and it measures roughly, I would say like 6 3/4 inches in length by about 7.5 in height, give or take. That's an approximation. And this awesome little ruler was gifted to me by my beautiful friend Isabel. So it's really, really small. It doesn't weigh anything. Right here is where you put the thread so that you can go ahead and feed it in the back. This kind of twist that way, and that pops out. That is where you put your bobbins. Now let me get the bags because I'm missing something. Something is missing. Where's my little bag with all of the extras? It's right here. All right, so pretty much this is what you get. You get one needle. It comes in a little cardboard like this, taped on. You have your sewing manual for the machine. It tells you how to thread it, how to thread the thread spindle. That's what that is. This little piece right here. This is the thread spindle, and that pops out. This pops out in the back. If you need to thread, fill in your bobbins again, you stick this on the back like so. You push that in. You put your thread here. You wind it a little bit, and then you pretty much hit the pedal, and it'll start spinning, and then you just kind of, move it in place back and forth until it fills in the bobbin for you. Okay, when you're not using it, you push it in, rotate it in the opposite direction, and it'll go in. This little knob right here rotates, and it allows the needle to go up and to go down. Okay, it comes threaded for you, by the way. I didn't do this. This came like this. So it comes threaded. It comes with a little piece of fabric. I guess they tested before they sent it. That's probably why the box was open. Hello, Joy. How are you? If you guys haven't checked out Joy, oh my gosh, she's doing some like beautiful, beautiful, beautiful little albums and traveler's notebooks. You guys gotta go check that out. I love it. Anything that's kind of like mixed media-ish, love it. Even when it comes to paper crafting. So here we have the low and the high. So you push that in if you wanted to go like really, really fast. I mean, you push that out if you wanted to go like really, really fast, or you push it down if you want to go low. Off the gate, I would probably say keep it on the low, because if you put it on high, there's a chance you're going to break the thread a lot faster, at least until you get yourself more familiar with the machine. Here is on and off, but really what this is, because your on and your off is really your pedal. Your pedal, once you press it, then it should go. But if you don't want to be pushing the pedal and you just want to zoom, zoom, zoom through it, like say you have a whole bunch and you're just going to be doing the same repetitive motion, you could just put it on and it'll automatically just do it. You just have to feed the material through and then it'll just do it. This little lever here, you lift it up. When you're going to go ahead and either change your needle, to change your needle and bring it up, you turn the knob, you bring your needle up. There is, I don't know if you guys can see that, it's a little piece of fabric fell out. There's a knob right here, it's like a little screw. You unscrew that, then the needle comes out, then you can pretty much swap it out and put a new one in, discard that one if it's broken. Okay, let's see what else we have here. All right, so I pulled the thread out of my little needle there because it's not threaded properly. So more or less, you feed the thread. It has like all these little spots where you feed the thread. So you feed it through there, you wrap it through there, feed it through there, feed it through there, you feed it through here, feed it through here, and then feed it through the needle. And you pretty much have it all done. And then right here, this little compartment here is where you have the other bobbin. Okay, this other bobbin is magnetic, it says. So pretty much with this other bobbin, all you gotta do is let it fall in there. If you want, it has like a little canal here that you can kind of just hold your thread there, so that you can go ahead and place your little door in place, and make sure that your thread is out. So I'll just push that in place. Let's see. So you push that in place, and you can pick it back up again, and more or less feed it to the side, right? That's what they did. They fed it to the side. So let's go ahead and get this. So I'm going to go ahead and pull some of this thread out. Again, I'm going to have to feed it through all the little spots that it didn't have. So I'm going to feed it through that one. Make sure that it's through all of the little loops. Okay. Then there's another little loop right here. I'm going to feed it through that one as well. If I can get it in. There we go. I need to buy like metallic threads now. So then you feed it through there. Make sure that you keep this one kind of out of the way. You can hold it there for now if you want. Then you use your little threader and you more or less put it through the hole, the little needle hole in the bottom. Leave it in there. Get your thread. Put your thread through. Let's see if I can see it. I also wear glasses, you guys. Let's see. Did you go in? All right, so it went in, but it wrapped around the thing. Did I just make a knot? I made a knot. Wait, I think I fed it. I did. I fed it anyways. All right, let me just put that this thread behind the needle over here. You know it's gotta be an adventure, you guys. Come on now. All right, so then you want your threads to more or less both be off to the side, like, you know, just kind of push them that way. They're long, then just clip them. But you want them to kind of feed that way so that as you go putting your fabric through, you're good to go. So you got extra ones. They give you 2 white ones, actually 3 white ones, because there's one in there, there's one here, one in there, and they give you one more. Then they give you one with black, and then they give you the plain one that you can fill in any color that you want. You got 2 extra ones. So you got a whole bunch of bobbins, actually. I got 6 bobbins, so I don't know if they messed up. But I got 6 of them. This is supposed to only have 4, and I got 6. So we got that, and the little needle. Let me go ahead and put this back in the baggie. And the little threader. You definitely want to keep this handy. And if you don't have one of those, try to get yourself one. And you can DIY with a really thin wire. You can totally DIY something like this. So if you don't have it, try to make it. Look around to see if you have really thin wires, and you could do the same thing. It just has to be thin enough that it can pass through the little eyelet of the needle. Yeah, it's a tiny machine. Like, you're definitely not gonna be making comforters out of here. But could you make like little pillows? Yeah, I think you can. Because believe it or not, yes, it's a small space, but you can fit a lot of fabric here, crunched up, like passing it through. You could feed a lot of fabric. You could also feed the fabric through the outside. So, um, so we'll see. So let me see if there's any other important information. So we have the, what's this, take up lever. Okay, this is the lever that moves up and down as the needle's going up and down. We have the what is it, thread spindle right here, where you put the thread spool. Then you have your bobbin holders and your wheel on and off, your tension. Okay, this is for tension. So either you know, turn it one way or the other, depending if you need it tighter or looser. Okay, so we'll figure that out as well. And then yeah, everything that it comes with. So pretty good. It gives you information about winding the bobbin, using the foot pedal, changing the needle, adjusting the tension. It says in normal circumstances you don't need to adjust the tension, but we all know we like to fiddle, so chances are is that it was good when we got it. Somehow we turned it, it is no longer in the same position that it was. So we'll have to figure that out. Yes, exactly. That's what I thought. I'm like, this will be cool. I see a lot of people that they do sewing and stuff like that, and they do this doesn't do like no fancy stitch work, you guys. So I'll let you know that off the gate. If you want one that does fancy stitch work, they do have them. I think it has like 6 different stitch patterns, but they were sold out, so I didn't get that one. And it was only like a few bucks more, so I would have definitely got that one if they had it. Um, and it had like a whole bunch of little patterns right here, and it's the same thing, but it just does different patterns. So you just have extra buttons to push, you know, when you want a certain kind of pattern happening, so on and so forth. That's a little bit too fancy for me as well, because I'm still trying to remember how to use the basics. Nevertheless, how to get fancy with the stitching. So we'll see, but I might get that one as well, just to have it if I end up liking it, to do like extra, you know, fancy pattern stuff. So let's go ahead and hook this up. Like I said, I pulled out a bag of scraps. Who else is here? Did I miss anybody? No. I pulled out a bag of scraps because I figured, you know, if I'm going to be sewing these kinds of things, I'm going to be wanting to do all different kinds of stuff. So let me go ahead and set this up and plug my little machine in, my little sew and sew. I've been talking about this for days. I'm like, my little sew and sew is coming. So it's finally here. So let's see. So you plug it in the back. So you got it's a 6-volt adapter. You can replace this easily. It looks like a phone charger. At least this specific one does. And then you have your little, this is cheap plastic, you guys. It's not like the metal ones that come with like the Singer machines or some of the other more fancy machines. So we're going to figure this out. And this goes plugged in there. On the top it says foot pedal on it, where it goes plugged into. And just make sure that I got my foot pedal separated from this. So we'll see how loud it is and all of that good stuff now. And we'll test it with a few items and see. So right now I have my machine on the off position, but if I was to push it on the on, like I said, it'll just automatically start going. So I don't know what happened to my thread. I lost it. Yeah, it went inside. So let's go ahead and thread this again. Listen, I'm not expecting a lot out of this. This is $16, you guys. To have some fun, make some journals, you know, sew some things together. Good. If this machine lasts you over a year and you're still sewing with it, then that was like the best investment of your life. That was the best $16 you ever spent. If you use it and it breaks down in a few months, then listen, it was only 16 bucks. Not too bad. You saved yourself a whole lot of hand stitching, a whole lot of hand cramping, just by having the machine do it for you. So let me go ahead and thread this. Oh, I was trying to literally thread it by hand. I'm like, no, wait a minute. That's not gonna work. Okay, let me put this through here and put this through the bottom. So I'm not necessarily saying that I'm gonna be on here doing stitching videos. What the heck? Where is it? It's over here. Okay. And then just pull it through. And I probably did this the wrong way. But Stop laughing, Angie. I gotta feed it through the other end so that it can pull it the other way. So feed it when you put the thing and put it from the back. I think that's the right way. I keep putting it from the front. And I don't think that's right. That's probably why I couldn't see what the hell I was doing. Okay, so let's put this in again. And you guys hear my daughter cracking up in the background. So let's feed this through. So I mean, to thread it is super simple. As long as you can get this in a little spot, then you're good to go. And this is the stitching that it does. Like I said, very basic straight stitch. Nothing too fancy. That was probably me messing with it. So we're gonna see how it's gonna go. And the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hold these threads out real quick, and I'm gonna try to get them to start kind of threading together. And I'm just gonna turn it on real quick. There we go. I won't do it. Let's turn it off. This is gonna be fun. Like I said, it's been a while. It's gonna be amazing once I get it to work. Once I learn how to work the machine, because the machine is working. It's me. It did this, so I'm gonna assume that it's working. So we're gonna see. I made a knot. Wait, I gotta get my needle up. Bring my needle up and bring the leg down. And let's see what I did. All right, so I can fix that. I can fix that. It's not that big of a deal. Where's my scissors? Now, the one that I saw in the picture had a little thing, which this one doesn't have. And it was supposed to be to like, what the heck is that? Okay, that's for nothing. It was supposed to like, I don't know, I guess rip my thread out. But I don't see it. So I don't know what the heck. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. I'm gonna rip this by hand, I guess. And let me get this one out. Rip this. I know I'm gonna end up refilling these bobbins a few times. So let's see. So it's supposed to put it and feed it through the little leg and put it out of the way. That's what I saw on the YouTube video. So we're gonna figure it out. So if you press the foot pedal, it'll automatically go. My needle back. Where my needle went? Oh, I lost the thread. Angelina, shh. All right, so wait, it's too much tension. Stop. Stop laughing. Okay, wait. Hey, beginner's luck, okay? Beginner's bad luck, but beginner's luck either way. All right, so let's go ahead and thread this again. Thread number 1, 3 or 4 at this point in time, so we'll see. Again, you guys, $16. So I'm not gonna go too crazy. It's way better than the little hand one. The little one, that looks like a little block. It's like a square. It's like a rectangle shape. That thing doesn't do nothing. The stitches don't hold for nothing. All right, so threading it is easy enough. I don't ever have too much tension going on or what, but like I said, we're gonna try to figure it out. All right, let me put my little foot up, and I'm just gonna go into it with some paper. Let's just see. Let me put this foot pedal on the floor. Hopefully Nina doesn't think it's a toy. Oh shit. And starts trying to, you know, do what doggies do. So let me go ahead and grab my little baggie. Again, hopefully you guys can see enough of what I'm trying to show you and share with you guys. So I'm just gonna grab some pieces of scrap, like just different variety of scraps that I have in here. These are from like older projects. I have like little baggies, little pieces of scrap that I saved, because anything can be used for mixed media for the most part, because you can't use it in a journal. You can probably use it somewhere else. So I'm just gonna grab a whole bunch of stuff that I feel like I might be able to sew in here. We're gonna start doing that. I also have, these are other pieces of scrap, like from papers that I've cut down to size. So I have like all of these little notebooks in the making, basically. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab some of them and sew them in the middle. I'm gonna try to find a cover for them, something that I can decorate them with or cover them with. And we're gonna make like a little book to test it out. So we're gonna see how this is gonna go. And this is pretty big. You don't want to make them too big, and then you can't close it. So this should be good, even if it looks a little scrappy. So I'm just gonna more or less figure out how I'm gonna do this, and then we're gonna get this going. Like I said, I'm just gonna use up all of these little scraps. I like to get rid of a lot of these bags of pieces of paper that I have. I have so many between Sazon and me. Like we have so many. So I'm gonna just fold this kind of over, like so. I'm gonna, hopefully you guys can see what I'm trying to do. Just trying to use up some of these scraps that I have here. I'm just gonna fold them over and kind of like create a little book cover. I'm gonna fold it over, and we're gonna do it like that. And we're gonna see if this is gonna work. See, something like that that I can just kind of glue into a journal on the back. So I'm not gonna worry too much about the back because I can just glue that in place like so. But at least it's got a nice little cover. So let's see what my little sew and sew does. All right, you guys, the piece de Lucy stones. Now this is really thick. So right now how many sheets we have in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sheets. Plus the cardstock. This is DCWV, so it's pretty thick. You know, you guys know how that paper is. It's pretty thick paper. So I'm gonna go ahead and attempt to do this, you guys. So just kind of curving in your paper initially so that you can kind of get it in there. I'm gonna lift my needle up real quick, and I'm gonna see if I can put that down. And oh my goodness, you guys are so scared.
Put your finger away.
No, because what happened is, my brother, when he was little, he put his finger through a needle. So I kind of like, you know, step back a little bit once that happened. So let's see. Let's see, you guys. We're doing a straight line. I lost my thread. It was doing good though, but I lost my thread. Let's pick it up and see if we can finish doing it, even though. Let's see if I can leave it right there and just do what I gotta do and finish doing it. Then just restitching it. It was doing it though, even through all that thick paper, so that's pretty good. And that's printed paper with a little bit of cardstock. So I just don't know if this is gonna work like this. Dang it! I'm gonna have to pick it up. All right, but it was doing it though. It was sewing it. It was doing a pretty good job actually. Until I lost my footing, so I lost my thread. I think I might have too much tension. The tension is that way is loose. Is that how it is? I don't know how this is supposed to be. But it was doing it though. It was doing it. So let's go from the other side and bring it up. Let me just make sure that my thread is behind me, or behind the machine anyway. And let's put the foot down. Okay. And let's hit the pedal. And let's try. And I keep losing my thread. What the heck? Okay, this is like, it's not good. It's no bueno. Is it too tight? It's the tension. So I don't know. Is this in or out? Am I squeezing it? Why is it so tight? I think it's my tension, but I don't know if this was... Okay, that seems to be feeding a little bit easier. Maybe I had it too tight. Does anybody sew? Is it supposed to be tight or loose, the tension? I don't know. I don't know if it's supposed to be tight or loose, you guys. The bottom bobbin is fine. No problems with that. The foot itself, it's nice and flexible. Like, I think once I get it to work the right way, like, I'll write a little note to myself, don't touch the tension. I don't know if different projects require different tension. I don't even understand why that would be even necessary. But again, I'm not a sewing person, so I'll leave that to the experts. Okay, I'm trying to get this thread from the other side, and it's just curving on me, and it's not letting me grab it. So give me a second. I could feed this thing yet again. Feeding the thread for the 6th time already, I think. And then you put it under the little foot. Put the leg down. Well, can't put the leg down yet. So let's try it again and see how the little sew and sew works. Let's see. I think for me, my biggest issue is going to be keeping my lines straight somewhat. But we'll see. The heck? I didn't even do nothing. All right, let's see. Maybe now it's too tight. Lord help me figure this machine out. All right. Yeah. All right, a whole bunch of threads later, and we got a book. Let's see. I need a scissor or something. It's gonna be a pain in my katish. I already see it. All right, so just feeding that there. So let's see what we did. We do have some loose ends, but then again, you guys know I had a little bit of issues. So let's see. Did I pull all that thread up? I sure did. So the tension is to make the stitching tight, right? I think I figured that one out. Hold the thread as I sew. Jesus. That's a lot of work. My fingers are going to get numb. All right, I'm going to pull all this thread out. And do it again. So I got a nice little sew pattern there. A little sewing dotted lines. So let's see. So you more or less have to take it apart from both sides if you want to take the thread out, which is good. Like I said, my other little handheld device, it just did nothing. The thread will come straight out, but this one does a good job. It does what it's supposed to do. I just need to figure out how to use it the right way. I think a lot of it has to do with my strings not being in the right place. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the thread out, and I'm gonna rethread it because I think I threaded it wrong, or it was just threaded wrong. So a little bit of tension on this. Let's see. Is that loose? A little bit of tension. We want a little bit. Not too much tension, I guess. I don't know. We're gonna figure it out. And then feeds through here. This whole video is gonna be about how you thread the machine. That's what this video is gonna be about. How to thread the little sew and sew. No reverse, yes. Yes. But I'm okay for $16. It don't gotta go backwards. I could just go forwards. I'll just go around the block. Until I get back to my starting point. All right, so let me go ahead and put this in. All these little spots. I don't understand why it has so many little areas to thread. Put that down, bring that up. Has so many little areas to thread, so definitely keep this thing handy because you're going to need it a lot if you are using this little machine. And I don't know if it's the thread that is cheap itself or if that even matters. All right, so I'm gonna thread these threads together real quick. Yeah, I think it's my tension. Whatever that means. Is that nice and taut? Let's see. It's getting jammed. Why? Why is it getting jammed? Oh, because it's not behind the leg. Let's see. Troubleshooting 101, you guys. It's sewing everything right there. Why is it sewing everything right there? I can see now why people break the little needles. Because it's like it becomes really, really hard. So here we go again. And let's thread this baby one more time. Like I mentioned at the beginning of today's live, I'm just gonna be hanging out with you guys for right now and killing some time before my live stream later on. So I'm just testing and playing with this little machine that I just got. I thought, why not? Perfect way to spend a Saturday, right? And that song's not here, so I'm bored out of my mind. You're not supposed to sew without something in there. See, you learn something new every day. I'm trying to get this thread out of here. There we go. The bobbins have empty. Yeah, pull the thread. I don't take it out. All right, so let's put this back there again. This is the bobbin thread from the bottom. I'm gonna pull this thread here again. Then we're gonna put this thing through. And I do plan to make a whole bunch of stuff. And I think this is gonna be super cool because I'll get to incorporate papers and fabrics together when I make some of my books. That's why I don't incorporate that much fabric into them, because I would have to figure out a way to sew them or glue them, which can be a pain in the butt sometimes. All right, then this goes under the needle, under the little leg. Put that to the back. Let's grab our papers again. And let's go for this one more time and see how this is gonna all work out. So putting that over that and that over that. All right, so let's go ahead and do this again. All right, which way we're gonna do this? Let's lift the little foot up. That's there. Here we go, you guys. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Yeah, you can. Let's see. It literally took. It sewed it wrong. It sewed it right, but I did it wrong.
You did it inside out.
No, it went to the outside, not the inside. So let's pull this out a little bit. I don't want to rip that thread, and that's exactly what's gonna happen. Okay. I need my scissors. What the heck is my scissors over here? So because I wasn't holding it well, literally, this is the center here, you guys. I went to the side with it. I went completely to the side with it. So this paper is gonna be like crazy, crazy holy. But it does do a good job. It does do a good job with the stitch. I'm pulling at it, and it's really nice and tight. So it does do a good job with that. So for playing around with papers and like little small little DIYs, like little pillows or something, you know, of that nature, you should be fine. I'm gonna leave it with the stitching the way that it is. I think it gives it character. So we're gonna leave it like that. And we're gonna go on to something else. We're gonna move on to the next thing. So we got a little book done. Yeah, we got some thread. You just have to clean the little thread up. I don't think you have to. I would probably still add like a dot of glue on the ends of each of these little things, just so that the stitching doesn't come undone. But it does a really good job. I'm not gonna lie. The stitching is nice and tight. I don't know if you guys can really see that too well. But the stitching is nice and tight. Definitely, definitely. I can surely see myself making a whole bunch of like art journals and mixed media journals with like some of the scrapbook papers and stuff that I don't really use. So let's see. Let's see what else we have. Let's go into this little bag of goodness. Let's see. Oh, we have a plastic bag from packaging. So let's go ahead and grab that. So this is a plastic from packaging from Dollar Tree, from the stickers. I save all my little baggies most of the time when I don't cut these ends off. And even sometimes when I do, I still save them because you can always use them for other stuff. So this has an opening on this side. So I'm not going to really worry about this end too much, but definitely this end. So I'm just going to fold this kind of over like so. This is the part that has the hole that I wouldn't want anything to kind of fall through there. So let's see what else we have to kind of decorate that plastic with and see. I want to cover this part up. So I think I'm going to sew real quick. I'm going to sew this. I'm going to hopefully to sew this straight. So I'm going to sew this little piece of plastic, I think, straight first and see. Let me pull my thread out. It's really tight over here. Come on, give me some. Okay. So I'm going to grab the little plastic. And again, this is the part that has the hole. So I'm going to fold that over. I really don't want to catch too much of that. So I'm going to sew that end closed and hoping that it'll do the job. I have to get used to it. Very, very noisy, but all sewing machines are noisy. All right, so it did do the job. I gotta get better at making things straight. Otherwise, all my books are gonna be like whoop to the side. You will tangle the bobbin. If I do what? You're not supposed to sew with that. Oh, yeah, I got that. So I pretty much sewed off that end of it. And I would just leave this here like a decorative something and probably just tie something to it. And let that kind of be. So it closed off that end for me. So I want to add some stuff to it to kind of decorate this part of it. And you could just even cut that part out. But I probably won't cut it out. I think I'm going to use that to kind of glue it into place. And then you have like a little baggie that you can kind of use. You could probably put some double-sided tape right on this flap so you can stick it out and then open it. So you have more than one compartment if that's something that you want to do. Let's see. I'm looking for something to add to that. Oh, how about a little envelope? Like right on that part. Right on that part right there. I can just add this little envelope. Right there. So we'll see. We'll see. And the envelope is not finished yet, but doesn't matter. I can always glue that into place for later. I found a little piece of fabric. So let's see. Let's see what I do. Let's see, you guys. Let's see. There's no planning whatsoever. These frutas las cosas pequeñas. That's what I try to do all day, every day. So maybe I can even attach something here. And I can use these little flaps to attach something there. So I might actually even leave the envelope open as is. And that way I can use it. I have a whole bunch of flaps right here. I can use this flap. I can use this flap. I can use this flap. And just attach this part to this part here. So we'll see. It did. It sewed it well. It did sew it well. So if you don't have a little machine or you just want something to like kind of play around with and do arts and crafts that you don't really care about, like I honestly don't want it to break, but would I cry if it does break? No, I'll just go buy another because it's only $16. It's not so expensive. Now they didn't send this machine to me. I paid for this machine. They didn't ask me to review it or nothing. I was browsing through some stuff. I'm always looking for good deals, and I just happened to bump into that, and I was like, "Ooh, I need one of those." So let's see. I have seen it. I had seen it before, different ones, but I just never bothered to get it. All right. So I'm looking to see what else I have in here, but we're gonna leave it like this for now. So I think this is what I'm gonna do. What other papers do I have in here? Let's grab some of this paper here, which is some of that paper that I have there. And I think what I want to do is kind of put a paper in front of it, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. So a little bit of paper crafting today. Where's my little handy dandy ruler? And let me just measure this out real quick. Put this baby down. Put that there. let's sew this part of it in place, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do. Is this magnetic? Oh, I have a magnet. I'm like, why is it sticking? I have a little magnet at the end of my scissors. All right. So let's go ahead and sew this to this, and then we'll add the other parts to it. I know. I got it from my friend, who's super amazing. So let's go ahead and feed this part of it through. Again, all the sewing that I'm going to do from now on is going to be on this part of it here, because this part of it is the part that's going to be hidden. At the same time, by putting the paper over it, I kind of start assisting that process of hiding. Let me just pull this down. Make sure this is under. It keeps trying to go to the other side. I don't know if that's because of the way I threaded the needle or what. Should that matter? That shouldn't matter. All right. So let's see. I'm trying to keep it straight, you guys, but I don't know. Definitely, you have room here, but you don't have much room, so your hand is a little bit like claustrophobic to be able to like really pinch things and move things around. So just be aware of that. Did it break on me already? Oh, it's too tight. Oh, there we go. You gotta be careful with this thing, guys. I was like, it's going so smooth because I lost the thread. Again. All right, this is gonna be a pain in my katush. I already see it. I already see it. It starts and then the thread goes out. I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm doing something wrong with threading it. Probably. Probably doing something wrong with threading it. I don't know, you guys. I still think it's a really good machine though. So I still stand by what I said thus far about it. I think it's a really, really awesome machine. Trying to figure out which is the best way to thread it, through the front, through the back, through the side, the other side, like which is gonna give me the best. Okay, come on. Even with this, you still gotta look at the thread, like what the heck? All right, so I think that's the way to thread it. I don't know. Let's do this again. Let's get rid of this. I'll get rid of that after. Right now, this is just for playing and having fun. All right, so where's my pedal? You'll notice that your pedal will get like really stiff, like it doesn't want to move when the thread is tight, when the thread is too tight. What ends up happening is that when it gives way, it breaks the thread, just like on my stuff. Oh Lord, hold on, you guys. I dropped my box with all my pencils and gelatos in it. My box of gelatos fell. I'll just leave you on the floor for now. All right. Where's the little pedal? Where's the little pedal at? There it is. All right. I do like that it has a pedal, so I don't have to go crazy. Just let it do what it does. I think it's better. Kind of just letting the paper do what it does. Like, don't grab the paper from this side. Just grab it from one side. So whatever you're doing, make sure that the bulk of your paper is facing out as much as it can, or that you have it nice and curled in there as much as you can, and then you'll be able to do what it do. Okay. Just make sure that's to the back at all times, to the back. All right. So I got that part of it done. So now I got my paper and my plastic, which is really thin, but so far so good. So it does that. Does the plastic pretty good. Remember, these little bags right here, you can go ahead and stamp them if you use what is it, VersaFine? Is it VersaFine? I think it's VersaFine. If you use the VersaFine ink, the one that doesn't smudge with anything, I think that's what it's called. If you use that, then you're good to go. You can stamp the plastic and it's not gonna go anywhere. But you gotta use that special ink, otherwise it's gonna smear everywhere. All the other inks don't really work for plastics, but that one does. That one will stay still. So let's see. So we got that part of it. Oops. Let's give it an extra little pocket here. So I folded the paper up. Let's go ahead and just have some fun with this thing. So let's see. Kind of allowing it to breathe. Nina, you all right, baby? She stops. All right, so let me lift up the leg and try to feed some thread. You gotta feed some thread so that you can pull it out. And let's do the same for the other side. Let me give myself some thread. All right. So let's feed the other side. So I'm gonna curve my paper like this so that I can kind of feed it through that end. Let's see, just about there. And let's hold it and just let it do. Okay, from that side, when you put the papers in that side, you don't have much control. So it will. Nina.
Hey, go crazy.
Yeah, she's chasing flies. So I'm gonna try to at least finish this part of it. Let me feed myself some thread. Let me cut some of the situation off that are going on over here. I don't know what happened. Super simple and quick to fix this part of it. I will have to rethread my machine. It's hot in here, man. I need that fan or something. Boy, am I putting this right? Nina is losing her mind. All right. So I think I'm getting the hang of it though. Made a little pocket there. Definitely got to work on the outside stitching. As you guys can see, it automatically kind of stitches straight, which is good. So what I would say is, if that's the case, then just flip your page over and do it on the other side. Like what I did right now is that I sewed this side right here for this pocket, and this side came out super straight, came out straight on its own. I didn't even have to do anything, to be honest with you. I just kind of allowed the papers to just feed through. So it does it straight when it feeds from this side out. So like when you have it like this with all this paper out, it feeds straight on its own. But I guess because of the space limitation on this side, when you try to feed it in there, you know, with the bulk of the paper feeding through the machine like that, it doesn't really do very straight stitching. It kind of curved out a little bit. I tried to correct it somewhat, but it didn't do a really, really good job. But that's okay, because you can always add something there, or like it's hand stitching. Like, please, you guys, let's not go crazy over a few stitches that are off to the left or more to the right. So there we go. Now I don't know if I'm supposed to be cutting these stitches off or leaving them on, but like I said, I'm going to be putting glue on them and just kind of like leaving the little odds and ends on them as they are, because that's the point. Like, I went through all this struggle. You won't see my strings. But I like it. I think it's going to be super cool and a lot of fun. So we have a little baggie here, a little pocket here. You can definitely add even another little pocket there by just folding that one upward like this, and then you can make like two little mini pockets and just sew these ends here. And then you have this right here, like so. And you could definitely put that, you know, tuck it on a page. If I wanted to be like really fancy, if you want to call it that, then I would probably fold this flap outward like so, and sew this here. Leave this flap out, to be honest with you guys. Leave that flap out, or not even leave it out because I can still close it here. But I'll probably fold this up like this. Have a pocket there. Have a little tuck spot there, and call that a day. And have it all kind of like sewn in place. So not bad, not bad with plastic and the paper. That's good. Thank you, Karina. Yeah, right. Like not too bad. I mean, like I said, for basic stuff. And again, I recommend that you stitch on the outside. Don't feed your stuff through the inside because that's really gonna cause your lines to be kind of like unstable. It's really hard to control the paper from the front and from the back. Maybe if you hold it in front of you like so, then maybe yeah, you can control it a little bit better. But the angle that I'm using right now, it doesn't really work too well that way for me. Where's the little threader? I'm gonna have to like do something with this little threader because this little threader is gonna become like my best friend. We're already growing a bond together. Hence the fact I keep looking for it everywhere. So let's go ahead and feed it. Feeding it is really easy. Now, if your eyesight is really bad, then you might have a little bit of an issue. But definitely the threader helps to feed the thread through the needle in a very easy kind of fashion. Again, putting the thread to the back, but you got to make sure that you put it under the leg, grab the other thread from the bobbin, both of them go under the leg and around to the back. And then you put your foot down. And you tell them enough is enough. Thank you, thank you. So I like it. I like it. So let's go ahead and find some more stuff to do. Let's find some other stuff. Oh, I have here some tags. These were gifted to me by Happily Ever After, I believe, a while ago. So let me look for something. Let's try to do like a frame stitching, like frame something out, like stitch all around it. And let's see what it does. I'm just looking for papers here. This is some printed papers that don't necessarily look the best. Let me see, where's my little envelope? Because I know I wanted to do something with that little envelope. All right, so let me put this little machine there. Let's see what I have. So I have the little envelope. I got the little book. You can literally put the little book inside of the little baggie if you wanted to. You could turn this into like a little sequence shaker as well, if that's something that you felt like you wanted to do. Does it fit sideways? Oh, it fits sideways. It's sideways, yeah. All right. You can put the little book in there if you wanted to do so. Let's see. I wanted to add this in here, but I don't know if that's smart to do it now. I can't sew that way because then I'll end up sewing the whole back closed. So let's see what we do. Let's grab some. Let's grab some scrap paper. What did I do with my other sheet that I just used? All right, Karina, no problem. Thanks for stopping by. So yeah, just killing some time. I might even go like earlier live, to be honest with you guys, with my other project because there's only but so much paper I can sew right now. It's so hot. I know I put it for 7, but I think that I'm gonna go live like around. Probably gonna go like live like around 6. I think 6:30. I'll probably go live like half an hour earlier. So we're only gonna do this for a little bit longer, and then I'll end this stream, and then we'll commence. We'll commence my live stream. I'm so excited about the live stream tonight. I haven't painted a face on a canvas in a long time. So I'm really, really excited to see how it's gonna come out. I've been doing some sketching here and there, a little bit of practicing, nothing too major. Let's make some ephemera. Let's make some ephemera and see how it's gonna look. I'm trying to give my papers a little bit of a border. I love this ruler. Yes, I do. I can literally just cut paper with it and measure. So I call a 2-for-1. Makes it super easy when harvesting images from like a magazine or something. Because you can just put it where you want it and just rip. Might be a little wonky though. So let's see. That's not the ruler's fault. That's the user's. All right. But I love it. I love it. All right, so let's go ahead and do a little bit of sewing. We'll see what we do. I want to make like a little tug spot, but we'll see how we do that afterwards. So let's try to go around. Let's see if I can do this. I don't even know if I can, but we're gonna try to figure it out. So let's go around and try from the outside in and see if I can do this. All right. It's from the. I mean, I don't know if it's as far as where it's made. I don't know. I bought it on eBay, but I know Amazon has it too because they sent it to me. I bought it on eBay, but it got shipped from Amazon. That's the name of the. It's called Lil Sew and Sew by Mitch Lee. It's a mini electric sewing machine. So if you search that right there, mini electric sewing machine, you should come up with something like this or something, you know, something in the ballpark. And I see there's matte glare coming in. Let me shut this curtain down. Hopefully that's a little bit better. It's like it's beautiful when you get all that sunlight from the outside, but then it's also not the best sometimes when it's too bright and you have too much curtain situation happening. So let me go ahead and move that over a little bit. Oh, the ruler. I don't know, ask Isabel. I think she got it from Amazon as well. All right, so I'm just gonna hold it here and allow it to just move. And I'm not fighting with it, I'm just allowing it to kind of just go. I'm gonna stop, lift my leg up, rotate my paper, leg down. See, I remember some stuff. My mama taught me well. Okay. Keep it. One more. Rotate it. I think I took it too far. Just sewing in the same spot over and over and over again. Yeah, forward. I love it though. I messed up the stitching there because I got stuck. Angie, you want to try?
So,
Yeah.
I did some sewing back in my golden days.
What golden days? You mean home ec?
Art class.
All right, so let's bring the needle up. I'm gonna set you up. Let's see how easy it is for somebody who's never sewed in her life.
Whoa, I sewed before.
Not really.
I sewed a teddy bear.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
With the sewing machine?
Yeah, in art class.
Oh, okay, I'll take it back. Okay, you guys, she's an expert.
I never said all that.
She's an expert sewer. All right. So not bad. I really love the way the stitching feels on it. And we got a piece of ephemera. A large piece, but a piece nonetheless. You distress this and do all kinds of stuff to it. You could even wax over it. You could do all kinds of things to this. So let me set her up. And then I think after I'm done setting her up and she plays with it and more or less shows you, she's 17 years old, you guys. So you can kind of get an idea if this is something that you might even want to buy for one of your children, one of your daughters, grandkids, whatever the case may be. Because let me tell you something, knowing how to sew is one of those things that it's good for on so many levels. It can be applied to so many different things. All right, so let me grab her some scraps and see how we're gonna do this. Well, I got a thick piece of plastic here. It's got glue on it, but I think that's double-sided tape or foam or something that got stuck on there. Let's see. You want to sew this tag onto this plastic? Maybe not that plastic. Let's see if we can get her a different plastic. Oh, here, look, I found cardstock. You can sew it on that cardstock right there. So basically, I'm turning everybody in my house into a crafter, you guys. I have a fit of a time threading the needles. When I do it wrong and break the needle, yikes. I know, I was scared of that, Norma, because I guess when in fiddling with it, you know, you have a new toy, we press every single button that is known to man, right? Obviously, we're like children when it comes to some of these things. So I started moving stuff around because, you know, it's my first little machine, it's my first little toy. And I think I messed up the tension on it. So maybe work with the tension a little bit to see where you can get the thread to kind of work well. Like, I'm never touching this tension again. I think I got it to a point that it fits nicely. It fits the thread nicely. So maybe mess with the tension. I don't know if you have something like this, but maybe mess with the tension a little bit. And if you don't have one of those little threaders, then get yourself one of those little threaders. I find after threading it in a couple different ways that the best way that works for this one, at least for me, is by putting feeding the little threader thing. Where is it? This little thing right here. Feeding this from the back outwards and then putting the thread through and then feeding it, you know, obviously to the back like I've been doing. So far, so good, you guys. I'm not touching this tension thing no more. So I think that was what was messing me up, and it was causing my thread to get really stiff, and it was causing the thread to break, and obviously causing knots and stuff like that, which you guys saw. So Angie, you ready?
A little bit.
A little bit. Don't be scared. It's only paper.
And a needle going at 100 miles per hour.
Yes. True that. Touche, touche. That's how they say, right? All right. So we have a little bit of plastic here. I want you to kind of sew this on top of this. And so I want something like this. I want you to try to do something like this, where we have all these different layers.
You want me to do all of that, like, together?
Yeah, so.
I know how to use it.
You know how to use it? All right, you guys, it's Angie. Angie's going to share with you guys how it's going to work with the machine. Yes, I am. Of course.
Just in case. First aid.
Where's the fire extinguisher?
Immediately.
All right.
Don't make
So she's got a piece of a regular like cardstock that you buy, like the Nina White. She's got a cardstock sheet. She's got a piece of like a plastic that is almost like a vellum kind of plastic, but it's not really like it's not really vellum.
Words you're using.
And we have a paper envelope, a little paper bag, and then we have a piece of printed ephemera, which is again another piece of cardstock. So a little bit of thickness. You put the needle up.
Yeah, I think so. This is different from the machine that I had in school.
Oh, of course it is.
Wait, where are you going?
I'm right here, baby. I'm right here. I got you. I got you. Don't
it's
worry.
A thread. It's a thread.
Everything is good to go.
Right. How do you want me to do this? You want me to sew this part too? This flap?
No, don't sew the flap down. Keep the flap out. Ah, challenge.
How is it a challenge? I'm assuming that this is how we're going to do it.
Let's give Angie a thumbs up.
Ooh, well, I'm already
You got it?
I think so. All right. Where's the pedal?
Now, it's right there. So like I said, you don't have to really force the paper through the machine, but just kind of
I know.
guide it.
Yeah, I know how to do it. Wait, let me fix this. It's my needle down.
You got it?
Okay, wig. All right.
You put your leg down.
What leg? Oh yeah, I put the leg down.
The foot. Not the leg, the foot. All right, you guys, here she goes. My little crafter in training.
Crafting is not my forte. I'm pressing on it.
Press it at the top, not the bottom.
Oh.
You got it?
I think so. Oh,
Put this one back.
wait.
Keep going.
Wait, no, you want me to do only the...
Just keep going.
The entire top?
Just finish the line.
Right.
Might as well
You
finish
see
the
the
line.
stitching technique?
Oh, you got technique?
I
Is
got
that what that's
technique.
called? She's got stitching technique, you guys.
Look at that. Yeah.
You did better than me at the first time. All right.
Look at that straight line. How do I show the camera?
Right there.
Is that it? Am I doing it?
So you want to show them the layers of the stitching. You guys can see this. It does a pretty good job stitching straight. I will say that
No,
it kind of
was
auto
'cause I
calibrates.
did it.
And then we have this. We have a little piece of like this plastic thing. Again, this is like from the packaging from Dollar Tree where the little butterflies come in. And then we have the little bag. The only issue is that we seal the bag.
Wait, you didn't tell me that there was a bag.
Seal the bag. She got the flap out though, so she did good.
You didn't tell me that there was a bag.
It's okay.
I would have known.
I'll just make a little window or something there. Or I'll turn it into a pocket. You want to turn it into a pocket for me? So let's make it a little tuck spot. You can put something in there.
Where are you gonna put in there? Can't you just open it from the bottom?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You want to just open it from the bottom? She's lazy, you guys.
I'm fine with it. I'll do it like this.
I don't know, Angie.
You don't know what?
You're gonna sew it to the paper.
Oh.
I don't know if that's enough.
Are you doubting my ability?
Never that, baby. I'm your #1 promoter and supporter. Hey, your dad is on.
Oh my god, he came at the worst time possible.
Angie's sewing.
He came at the worst time possible.
All right, you want to start at the top edge here.
Wait. This thread needs to go behind.
Yes.
See, I know my words.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. We're about to wrap this part of the live stream up. I'm gonna start getting ready to go mixed media live stream.
It didn't even do it.
It unthreaded?
I think so. Did it? Oh, the leg wasn't even.
The leg wasn't down? Lord help us
There's
all.
too many steps to all this. Why can't you just like hire somebody? God, this is a lot of work. These are like tiny bullet holes.
She took all the thread out. I gotta thread it.
Really? Wait. Where's the threader?
You're gonna try to thread it?
I know how to thread it.
Okay. All right, you guys. She's going full throttle here. She's doing all the steps.
Allegedly. All right. How are there 2 pieces of string?
Huh?
Is that supposed to be like that?
You get one in the bottom, and you gotta worry about the one on the top.
Okay.
You feed the needle thing.
I know how to do it. If I can find it. Ooh, the precision. Oh my god, my foot was on the pedal.
Through the other side.
What side?
You gotta feed that part through the other side of the needle.
Like this?
Yeah, that's how I found it to work better for me. I don't know.
Oh my god. You need like the eyes of like Jesus to do this. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yo.
You want your glasses?
How do you do that?
Get your glasses.
Oh my god.
See how you need them? I told
This
you.
is a hobby for like older women too, which is crazy. I can't put it in.
Here.
Here's
your glasses. I guess you joined the older woman crew now.
Now you put it in. Is it what? Can you stop laughing? Because I'm gonna giggle and mess up. It's like an optical illusion. I can't see. I got it in. My God, that made me sweaty. That made me sweaty. The focus I had to put was crazy. Both strings?
No, baby, one.
The
It's
top?
the one that competes from the top.
The top one? Now I gotta put this in here.
Make sure it's in the loops.
Oh my God. Stop! I'm blowing away the string. Oh, that's a dangerous place.
What did you do?
Oh,
you got it? Okay.
Yeah, whoa!
I thought you was making a knot. I'm like, you're
really
making a knot on your needle.
really quick to judge. Alright. Oh,
not to judge, just to help.
Hold on there. Okay. Alright.
No, feet it under the leg.
Oh my God, I was hoping you didn't
under
say
the
that.
foot, not under the leg. I keep saying under the leg. Hit it under the foot.
What was I even doing again? I forgot.
Make sure that you put your
my leg down. No, my leg up.
Oh, you gotta feed the paper. Oh, sucky.
You're gassing me up.
Don't put it through the white paper.
Oh, you're right. Oh my God, this is crazy. Jesus.
Normally you would do all these things individually. I just wanted to play with it.
You play with me.
A little bit of both.
Alright, I'm assuming that's alright to go.
Yes. You ready?
Did it even do it? Alright, I'm done. Yeah, this is like not working. Wait, did it work? Oh, it did work. I did it over. I'll show you what I'm talking about. How come the moment I get on it, everything bad goes happen? But you were having good luck with it.
Didn't you see me sweating over here? Good luck.
Oh my God. Is it? This is too much. You should have stick to like paper. I don't know why you had to go cross talent. I don't know why you had to do all this.
Because it's fun.
It's fun? That's fun?
You laughed.
I mean, yeah, it's funny. I mean, it's fun to do. First, we're gonna put the thing back in here.
Don't break my needle now.
It's like the hole is like 1 centimeter long.
Not even.
Not even. It's like a centimeter of a millimeter. I'm sweating like crazy.
Centimeter is huge, actually, compared to how small our team can't hold it.
Cannot.
Don't laugh. You don't shake your hand.
Oh my God. The sweat beating on my face.
No, there isn't.
What? No, there isn't what?
Sweat beating down your face.
Yes, there is. This is a very important thing to do. If I can do it right, though. Oh my God, we need that fan. Did I even do this right?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't feel like this is enough string. The tension's too much. Lower the tension.
Oh, yeah. You're using the big words. Look at you.
I'm determined to finish this stuff.
Yeah, I think we're done though. I think I'm gonna finish this off now, and then you can be with me here when I do my next video.
We're gonna go ghost hunting in the next live stream.
Okay.
So be ready for some spooks, some goblins and ghouls.
Great. All right, you guys. So I think that for more or less an overview and a little bit of fun, we did pretty good today. You guys saw me kind of troubleshoot a little bit. Definitely as far as from a scale from 1 to 10, obviously knowing very well that this is like more of a toy than it is an actual real machine. It does have a lot of power, you guys. You can feel the power that this machine has. It's very small and compact, but it does have a lot of power. Really good for straight stitching. And literally it does keep the stitch rather straight when you're stitching from the outside. Not so much when you're stitching from the inside, you guys. So would I buy another one? Quick, in a heartbeat. I think once you kind of figure out which way the thread works for you, or maybe it's a universal law and I was just doing it, obviously wrong, user error. But I like threading it, with from the front as opposed to from the back. I think it holds a little bit better. If you do buy it, I would recommend that you don't touch the tension. because most likely they already calibrated it for you so that it sews perfect. Because like I said, when it came, it did come with this little piece of blue thread. Um, where is it? My daughter left her glasses and everything here. It did come with a piece of blue thread. It's around here somewhere, right here. So they did sew it to, I guess, make sure and just test the quality, make sure that the machine was working before they shipped it out. So it already comes pre-calibrated for you. It already comes pre-threaded, pre-everything. Everything is good to go when you get it. It comes ready, at least for the most part. Maybe, you know, you might get one that's not, but mine's came ready to go. Um, Again, it's rather simple, very minimalistic, if you will. Just like Donna was saying, the only thing that sucks about this machine is that it does not have a reverse. But you're paying 16 bucks. I think that if you probably pay another $10, you get yourself another little portable. You might get one that does have the feature. Obviously, you're gonna have to pay a little bit more for it. Again, I know that they do have these little portable ones that do different stitching as well, and they're fairly inexpensive. So if you are into journal making, if you just want to play around with little pieces of fabrics and do like little simple projects, like my daughter mentioned earlier about creating a little teddy bear, or you know, little plush toys, or like little pillows and stuff like that, where you don't have to use yards and yards and yards of fabric, um, you know, several inches wide, then you'll be good to go. This machine most likely can handle that job. So do I recommend it? Yes. From a 1 to a 10, I give it a solid 7. The reason I'm giving it a 7 is again because it doesn't go reverse. Um, Sometimes threading it is a little bit of a pain because until you get it just right at the beginning, you are gonna go through the user error issues of how you're threading it. If you're threading the needle right, if you're threading it wrong, if you put it in the wrong spot, then it's gonna get caught. It's gonna create extra tension. So you know, fiddling with it a little bit, I would say before you actually commit it to some beautiful paper or something that you really cherish and you don't want it to get messed up. So check it out, Little Sew and Sew, but basically a little portable sewing machine. But this brand right here, so far so good. I'll definitely be using this in upcoming videos. I will be picking a day of the week. Most likely, tentatively speaking, I'm thinking Wednesdays. I'm going to be working on lap books, journal making, and things to do of that nature. I'm only going to be doing it once a week. And then obviously I do my lives on Saturday, which today's Saturday. I'll be going live in a little while. And I'll fit in another craft somewhere, you know, somewhere in there. But mainly, I want to focus on my live streams, which is Saturday. And like I said, I'm going to try to do either a Wednesday or a Thursday during the day. And I won't be doing it live. It'll just be me making videos. That way you guys don't have to go through the headache of hearing all this noise. You know, and it'll just be me, you know, creating stuff and working with lab books and making lab books and things of that nature because I love it. So I don't foresee me getting rid of that little habit anytime soon. And this is just another addition to that situation. So thank you guys so much for being here. To all of my friends, Donna, Isabel, Tasson, thank you for stopping by, my love. You said you would stop by. I'm going to go ahead and get myself freshened up. Who else was here today? I don't want to miss anybody. Norma, thanks for stopping by. Karina, thanks for stopping by. And yeah, you guys, I was going to go live at 7. I'm going to go ahead and change the time now. I'm going to go live at 6:30 so that way I can drink something, walk around a little bit, stretch myself out, get my desk ready to go. And I will see you guys here half an hour early. I hope that's cool with you. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. And if you want to check it out, or if you want, like I said, my seller's sold out. But if you want the link, I'll send it to you. You could DM me on Instagram if you follow me there at Design Elemental, and send me a private message and I'll get that link to you. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. We'll see you guys in a few.